You're at a family barbecue. Your dad raises his beer bottle, smirks, and says, "That internet money of yours, it'll never amount to anything real." The whole backyard erupts in laughter. But what they don't know, I just got a notification that's about to change everything. Stick around for a story of grit, betrayal, and the sweetest revenge you'll ever hear. If you've ever been underestimated, laughed at, or told your dreams were a waste of time, this story's for you. Hit that like button, subscribe, and let's dive into a tale of hard work, quiet triumph, and a payoff so satisfying it'll leave you speechless. Eli Granger sat at the edge of his family's backyard in Tulsa, Oklahoma, gripping a lukewarm beer. The smell of grilled burgers and charcoal filled the air, mingling with the sharp clink of glass bottles as his dad, Tom, toasted with his uncle Frank. The laughter that followed cut deeper than Eli let on. "That internet money of yours," Tom said, his voice dripping with amusement. "It'll never amount to anything real, son." The words landed like a punch to the gut. Eli's jaw tightened, but he forced a smile, the kind he perfected over years of these family reunions. At 27, Eli wasn't just the family oddball, he was the punchline. For 6 years, he'd poured his life into building blockchain solutions from a cramped one-bedroom apartment. 18-hour days, instant ramen dinners, and a second-hand laptop that hummed like it was on its last breath. Meanwhile, his family saw him as the kid who threw away a college degree for some crypto pipe dream. His brother-in-law, Derek, with his shiny new commission watch from selling luxury cars, always gave him that pitying look. His sister, Jessica, tried to soften the blows, but even she didn't get it. And his dad, Tom Granger, a man who'd worked oil fields like his father before him, couldn't fathom why Eli didn't just get a real job. As the laughter died down, Eli's mind churned. Let them laugh. They don't know what's coming. In his pocket, his phone felt heavier than the beer bottle in his hand. A notification from yesterday still burned in his mind. A European tech firm had offered $27.5 million to acquire his blockchain optimization protocol. 6 years of grinding, of doubting himself, of tuning out the skeptics. It had all led to this. But sitting there, surrounded by his family's dismissive chuckles, Eli didn't feel triumph. He felt a hollow ache. Why does it still hurt? Eli's journey started at 14. Hunched over a garage sale laptop his mom, Linda, had bought him. While other kids played video games, Eli taught himself to code until 3 a.m., his eyes burning from the screen's glow. His parents called it a phase, like his brief obsession with skateboarding. "He'll grow out of it," they'd say, brushing off relatives' questions. But Eli didn't grow out of it. He graduated high school, landed a partial scholarship to state college, and majored in computer science. Everyone expected the usual path: internship, cubicle, slow climb. But in his junior year, Eli saw something bigger. Blockchain technology, decentralized, secure, revolutionary. He dropped out to chase it. His dad didn't speak to him for 3 months. His mom cried. Jessica tried to mediate, but eventually, even she stopped defending him at family gatherings. "I just don't understand why you'd throw away a degree," Tom had said, his voice heavy with disappointment. "Your grandfather worked 40 years in the oil fields, so we could have better." Eli retreated to his Tulsa apartment, a 600-square-foot box with peeling paint and a leaky faucet. While his friends posted about weddings and beach vacations, Eli lived on energy drinks and takeout, solving problems no one else saw. His blockchain protocol wasn't just code. It was a vision to make transactions faster, safer, and cheaper. Every failure, every bug, every sleepless night was a step closer. 8 months ago, the tide began to turn. Eli published a white paper on his protocol, and his inbox exploded. Venture capitalists, tech firms, even a message from Allison at Vertex Capital. "Your optimization algorithm is groundbreaking. Have you considered what this could be worth?" Eli hadn't. He was just solving a puzzle that fascinated him. Offers started rolling in, $3 million, then $8 million, then $15 million. He turned them all down, trusting his gut that he could do better. Then came the call from Jessica. "Dad's having health issues," she said, her voice tight. "Nothing serious yet, but surgery might be needed." Eli asked if they needed money. She hesitated. "We'll figure it out." That night, staring at the $15 million offer in his inbox, Eli felt a new kind of emptiness. What's the point of all this if I can't help the people I love? 2 days before the family barbecue, Eli sat in a virtual meeting with 5 executives. After 6 grueling rounds of negotiations, they delivered their final offer, $27.5 million, plus a $180,000 a year consulting contract. "We need your answer today, Mr. Granger," the CEO said, his voice clipped. Eli asked for an hour, stepped outside, and walked past families grilling, kids playing basketball. Normal lives. Visible lives. The kind his family respected. Back in his apartment, he signed the contract, closed his laptop, and waited for the triumph to hit. It didn't. Instead, he felt alone. At the barbecue, the air was thick with the smell of charcoal and summer grass. Eli's dad leaned in, his breath tinged with beer. "You know, son, Derek says they're always hiring at the dealership. Good benefits." Across the yard, Derek flashed his new watch, catching the sunlight. Eli's fingers tightened around his bottle, the glass cool against his palm. He wanted to pull out his phone, show them the pending wire transfer, scream, "I did it." But he didn't. Internal monologue, raw and conflicted. "Why do I still want their approval? I've got $27.5 million coming, and I'm still the family screw-up." Driving home, the Tulsa skyline blurred past. All sodium lights and quiet streets. Jessica's text lit up his phone. "Don't mind, Dad. He just worries about you." Eli tossed the phone onto the passenger seat. They don't know, and maybe they don't need to. At home, he checked his laptop. The wire transfer was pending. By Monday, he'd have more money than everyone at that barbecue combined. He stared out his window, the city lights flickering like code running smoothly for the first time. And in that moment, Eli made a decision. No gloating. No, "I told you so." He'd do things differently. Eli met with Olivia, a financial advisor in Oklahoma City who specialized in sudden wealth. "Most people in your position buy a mansion, a supercar, show everyone they've made it," she said, eyeing his faded jeans and worn sneakers. "That's not me," Eli replied. Instead, he set up anonymous charitable trusts and family assistance funds. He kept his Honda, his apartment, his routine. But behind the scenes, he was rewriting his family's future. 3 weeks later, Jessica called, her voice trembling. "Emma needs braces, Dad needs surgery, and Derek's commissions just got cut. I don't know what to do, Eli." He offered to help, knowing he'd already arranged everything. "Dad doesn't want charity," she said, "especially from you. He thinks you need to focus on a stable job." The words stung, but Eli stayed calm. The next day, Jessica called again, stunned. Some foundation reached out about a grant for families with medical needs. "They're covering Dad's entire surgery." Eli smiled. "That's amazing." Then Derek texted about the family farm, saved from tax trouble by an anonymous donor. At a small gathering to celebrate, Eli watched his dad give a teary toast about miracles. His aunt suggested it was Kyle, the cousin with the management job. Derek threw out, maybe a tech billionaire doing random acts of kindness. Tom looked at Eli and laughed. Definitely not Eli's internet money. Eli raised his glass and said nothing. 3 months later, Allison called. "Your protocol's outperforming projections. Your earn-out bonus just tripled." Eli's net worth jumped to $42 million. He sat in his unchanged apartment, the weight of it sinking in. That night, his mom invited him to dinner. "Your dad has something to say," she said. At his childhood home, the air felt tense. After dinner, Tom fidgeted with his napkin. "I've been reading about this crypto stuff," he admitted. "Maybe there's more to it than I thought." Eli's throat tightened. For an hour, he explained blockchain basics. His dad asked thoughtful questions. His mom took notes. It was the first time they'd ever truly listened. As Eli left, Tom walked him to his car. "I've been hard on you," he said quietly. "I worried you were throwing your life away. But these past few months, I'm proud of you for sticking to it." Eli nodded, unable to speak. The real payoff came at Emma's middle school career day. 6 months after the acquisition, Eli stood before a room of kids and parents, his family in the audience. 6 years ago, I dropped out of college to work on something nobody understood, he began. They thought I was making a mistake. They made jokes about my internet money. The room chuckled. Eli paused, heart pounding. 6 months ago, I sold my company for $27.5 million. The room went silent. His dad's jaw dropped. His mom gasped. Derek's eyes widened. But that's not the point, Eli continued. Success doesn't always look like you expect. He announced a tech grant for the school, funded by him. Emma ran up, hugging him. "That was awesome, Uncle Eli." His parents approached, stunned. $27.5 million? Tom whispered. "Actually, closer to $42 million now," Eli said. His dad's eyes glistened. "The farm taxes, Emma's braces, my surgery." Eli nodded. "That was you." Derek shook his hand, laughing. "I've been offering you dealership jobs." Eli grinned. "Good offers, just not my path. Sometimes, the sweetest revenge isn't proving people wrong. It's showing them what's possible." Eli didn't need to rub his success in their faces. He gave his family something better: security, respect, and a chance to see him for who he really was. Karma? Maybe. But for Eli, it was about building a legacy, not settling scores. Did Eli's story give you chills? Smash that like button and drop a comment. What's the most satisfying revenge you've ever seen or pulled off yourself? If you love stories of underdogs turning the tables, subscribe and hit the bell so you never miss one. Until next time, keep chasing your dreams, no matter who laughs.